What I wanted to also ask you in the respect of any medicine, sacred medicine, and in specific now Kambo, because we talked about Kambo now, is the role of the Dieta. Also perhaps connected to the dangers of of medicines. So maybe to give you some more context, why I'm also interested in that. I mean, what I hear sometimes when people, sending messages on Facebook or other platforms, email, whatever, saying, yeah, we still have one spot or one person can still join this Kambo retreat that starts tomorrow or in 2 days. And what I know from my personal work with you is that Dieta has a very important role, or is it a role that you give it to the Dieta, or is that your experience that you have from the jungle? So I'd be interested what the role of a Dieta is, how important it is, if it's just optional or not, when it comes to preparing for medicine rituals, taking sacred medicines. Please, if you could give us some context.
Yeah, sure. So let's talk about this concept of dieta, first of all, so people can understand a little bit about this, or the diet, so to say. So when I started working with the sacred medicines in the Peruvian rainforest, I was following a specific tradition of healing. And in that specific tradition, it was not just about drinking ayahuasca in nighttime ceremonies with the healer, but also to do a specific dieta. This is how they call it here, the diet with one specific plant. I did a lot of plant diets throughout the years. So what the framework is that you are deep in the jungle, you sit in your own wooden hut alone, you have no electricity, no Wi-Fi, of course. You should not, in very strict dietas, you should not read like books or listen to music. What you do the whole day is like, well, you are in the jungle and you're with yourself and you're meditating. And you drink either daily or in a specific rhythm the extract or the tea of a plant or a tree. It might be the leaf, the flower, the root, the bark, whatever part of that plant is in the tradition. The medicine will be prepared for you by the healer, the person who provides that healing and the medicine. You will start drinking this plant medicine, yeah. And the reason why you do that, you have usually a specific intention. Either the person asks you what you want to work on or heal, or they don't even talk to you and they choose for you the plant because they know what you need. They see where you have to start, because in the Amazon rainforest you can have plant dietas with, I believe, more than 500 plants, so it's a lot of options. So you drink these medicines, and the spirit of the plant, which in the Peruvian tradition here is the teacher, it becomes your teacher, will come to you in dreams in the nighttime, will talk to you throughout the day, will show itself in specific teachings. So what you do is you enter the spirit world and you start communicating with the plant, and the plant is going to share its heart and its teachings and its understanding with you. But you have to keep some specific rules for that. So there are dietas, you can only eat a specific fish that only eats specific things. And if you eat another fish that doesn't go with the vibration of the plant, and you break the dieta, and it's not going to work anymore. So the general rules or setup is that you are, as I experienced it, I'm not allowed to talk to another person, which is not the person who makes my food or the healer. So everyone else, I'm not allowed to talk to, or I'm not allowed to come closer than 20 meters. I'm not allowed to give hugs during that time. I'm not allowed to leave my hut in the jungle. I can only eat very specific foods. Usually the taste is without any spices or something like, like exciting to eat. It's like very plain and basic. Some veggies, of course, no alcohol, no cakes, no artificial sugar. All of that stuff is cut out. And in that tradition, you can work with the sacred tobacco plant to accompany the plant dieta. This is how I did it, for example. But you are not allowed to work with other medicines during the time and after the time. So the dieta starts before you receive the medicine. During the process, while you are with this medicine, it's about what do you put in your system? Which energies and vibrations do you put in your system? The idea is you're not allowed to masturbate, and of course not to have sex, not to mix your energy or to lose your energy. And then you have to keep a specific post dieta, and that differs from person to person you're going to work with for 10 days or months after you have ingested that medicine, to maintain your alliance with that spirit and to show the respect and be able to keep that medicine healthy in your system. There are also counterindications. The stronger the plant medicine dieta gets, the riskier a counterindication with breaking the diet can be. Yeah. So I heard a story that by accident someone was eating something during a dieta, and that was causing a toxic interaction with the plant the person was ingesting on the dieta, and the person nearly died. So this is how serious it can get. And before that, it's about losing the support of the spirits or the alliance that you are entering, the friendship, the sharing that you enter with the spirit. You're gonna lose it. So to be able to keep the teachings and the spirit becoming your guide and becoming your ally in your system beyond the time that you're drinking the medicine, the rules of those traditions are important. And if you choose to work with one person, you have to respect their rules. And so when it comes to Kambo, I'm sorry, this is a bit long of an answer, but it's important to explain that. So when it comes to Kambo, and I believe the best thing you can do is like just observe how the indigenous people live. There are different ways in different indigenous tribes with Kambo medicine. Yeah, some tribes are very strict about the dieta. Some tribes are not. Yeah, there are differences and there are similarities. What I have been doing is I have been observing all of the context of how they are doing when they receive Kambo. What's the rotation here with food and energies and other medicines and so on and so on. And from my own experience, nearly doing plant dietas for 2 years in isolation in the Peruvian jungle, I have created my own approach working with Kambo. So if you want to receive Kambo from me, you should follow my dieta, my diet rules, because this is what I believe in is the most effective to prepare your system and maintain your system to receive that medicine. Just a simple example. Kambo, as any other medicine, is a sacred medicine. Yeah, there's no endless supply of it. It's a sacred medicine. It's not endless frogs living on the planet. We have to be very aware of what we are doing here when we are receiving this medicine. So if you choose to work with Kambo, it's important to check in with yourself, which habits you were having in your daily life, which have not been serving you. For example, smoking a lot of cigarettes, drinking a lot of coffee. Do you really think that's healthy? So with doing Kambo, we have a chance to break through it and see what's behind that addictive behavior, for example. No? If you work with a medicine that is cleaning your lymphatic system and boosting your immune system, why would you after that drink alcohol or have a sweet cake? It doesn't make any sense. To me, it doesn't make any sense. And people might feel like that I'm very strict on this. And yeah, I am. Because I have heard or I hear people saying, oh, Kambo doesn't work on me. But the question is, yeah, what's the environment that you're creating for this medicine to enter your system? If you receive a Kambo treatment and you are having the chance to really meditate with yourself into yourself, and then an hour later you go out to party and you're so open energetically, and then you are surprised why you feel a bit weird after that night, it's obvious, no? Because you mix your energy with other energies. So we have to learn to sit back in silence and in meditation and to allow something to enter our system without mixing our own energy with other energies and keeping a specific way, because it's not unhealthy to keep a healthy diet, doing Kambo and afterwards, because what you want is you want to heal something for yourself. And for that reason, you want to meet yourself in connection with the spirit of the frog, with the least disturbances as possible. And that is why I'm so strict with the diet. On the other hand, too, we are talking about peptides. These are protein strings. There's food like dairy products that break the effect of specific peptides of the Kambo medicine in your system. So if you receive Kambo and an hour later you have specific dairy product, it's going to stop the process of peptide function in your system due to that counterindication. I mean, you're not going to die, but you're going to lose it. You're going to lose what you were working on. You're going to interrupt the process. And for me to make sure that I have the space to share that medicine, and that the medicine can unfold its full potential and its full power and its full healing capacity, we have to create a space for that. And we have to keep that space, and not just for a day, because it's a sacred work. And we are usually coming from the Western world, needing or, wanting, wishing for healing. So we come from our Western worlds where we are not really in that flow of stepping back, but we are more in the flow of, we are consuming and we are receiving, and we are not really questioning all of that. But working with a sacred medicine from an old ancient tradition of indigenous people, we also have to take a moment and question our way of consuming energies and consuming food, because maybe both don't go together.
Okay, very interesting. So the way I understand it after what you've explained now is that basically there's this level of, with the Dieta, of the physical effect, but then apart from that, there's also a level of committing to a certain type of medicine work on the one hand, and at the other hand, there is a level of, you talked about respecting the spirits. And there's also this level when it comes to Dieta. Do I understand it correctly?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.